Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains, where we're going to get our blood pumping this morning. We're going to set our gratitude, we're going to set our goals, and keep moving higher throughout the week. Super excited you're here with me. If this is your first time to Gratitude and Gains, I'd love for you to just go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. Just go ahead and hit the like button and put a 1 in the chat. Let me know you were tuning in, and I'd love to give you a shout out. If you've been here before, you already know what time it is. Go ahead and hit that share button so we can get this message out to as many people as possible. And rep your city, rep your hood. Let me know where you're tuning in from, all right? So let's go ahead and dive on in. I'm super excited today, full of gratitude and joy. My morning, guys, is already getting started, and I'm excited, all right? Last night, we had an amazing event at Code Launch World Championship. I hosted my podcast there, and they built an amazing studio for me. And it was just an awesome event. Like every year, this thing freaking rocks. And being in a room full of builders, what I call champions. These are dreamers, world changers, problem solvers. It just reminded me why I do what I do, right? Being in an environment of like-minded people, right? It fires me up because you can literally feel the possibility that's in the air. And so last night was just amazing, and I'm super grateful for the team that was behind the scenes, putting everything together, building out the studio for me, setting up the equipment, dialing in the cameras and the microphones and all that kind of stuff, and just creating a space where I can serve at a higher level. So was super excited about that, and I'm grateful for that. That kind of support means a lot. If you guys have ever tried to build something like that, it's a lot of work to do on your own. So it's amazing to have support. And I'm grateful for that support. You know what I mean? I remember a day and time when I used to do that stuff by myself, putting everything together, and it's a lot. So it's good to have support, and I'm grateful for that. But today, my gratitude is also just simple. I woke up with peace in my heart, just a calmness and a stillness. I woke up with purpose, and I've got a lot to do still. So I have peace for the now, but I also have a lot to do. And I woke up with work in front of me that actually matters and makes a difference. So that's a freaking blessing, okay? I'm excited and I'm grateful. So I'd love to hear from you. What are some things that you're grateful for? All right, I see true crime detectives in the house. Good morning. And I see Dishoda. Good morning. Good to see you. Appreciate you. I appreciate the comment, my friend. You know, my friend, I love you anyways. Okay. I see some of these comments come in from YouTube, and y'all are crazy. I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Thank you for being here. And I'm grateful for you. Okay. I'm grateful for Dishoda, even if you may not be grateful for me. That's okay. You don't have to be. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. Anyways, I see Tap Main. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Hi. Good to see you. Good morning. Love you. Thank you for being here. And guys, check in with me in the chat. If this is your first time tuning in to Gratitude and Gains, put a 1 in the chat. All right. Just put a 1 in the chat if this is your first time here. What we do is we're going to share. I'm going to share with you some things that I'm grateful for, some goals that I have. I have a message for the day. And this holds me accountable to get up here, get my workout in, holds me accountable to my goals. And it sets the day with gratitude. So, which gratitude is like antidote for any negativity that the world comes across your way. All right, so I see, let's see who we got. Let me pull the chat up for everyone here. All right, so we got Taft Maine in the house. We got Go Joe. Good morning. Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate Aaron. Good morning. Good to see you. All right. Thank you, Go Joe. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Grateful for all of you for being here. Thank you. Seriously, I really am. So let's rock and roll. Let me talk to you guys today about the message for today. All right. As today I was reading the word, and the message kind of hit me real tough, kind of like a boots on the ground kind of a way. It just reminded me that we don't wake up with the same energy every day, right? Would you guys agree with that? That you don't wake up with the same energy every day? If you would agree with that statement, put a 2 in the chat, right? That we don't wake up every day the same, feeling the same. You know, I wish it was that way. I wish we could wake up on a 10 every single day, right? But we just don't. Some days are better than others. Some days you might have more energy. Some days you can feel like you can run through a wall, like you've got so much energy you could just crush through a wall, right? Other days you feel like you're walking through mud, like it's slow motion. You know what I mean? And when you've got a full plate of things to do, like I do right now, right? It can be easy to look at everything and get overwhelmed before the day even starts, right? How many of you can relate to that? If you can relate to that, where you wake up and you're like, oh man, I'm already overwhelmed. If you can relate to that, put a 3 in the chat. I see you, Go Joe. Thank you for that. Right? If you've ever woke up feeling overwhelmed, stressed, like from the beginning of the day, how many of you have ever had that day where you woke up and you're like, oh, today's going to be one of those days? You know what I'm talking about? You're already stressed right when you wake up because you got a lot on your plate, right? But here's the reminder, right? You get the strength you need for the day you're in. All right, let me say that again. You get the strength that you need for the day that you're in, the day that you are in. Not next week, okay? Not the entire to-do list, right? Just today. You get just enough for today. And I want you to think about that for a minute, because every day that you've lived so far, you have gotten through successfully. Whether or not you had a mountain in front of you, you were able to get through it. Every single day, you got through it. If you woke up today, right? If you woke up today, be grateful because you got through yesterday and the day before and the day before. So you have just enough strength to get through the day that you're in. And that takes the pressure off. You don't have to really think about, you know, all the stresses and worries of tomorrow, because you have just enough for today, right? You don't have to live tomorrow's problems. You don't have to live tomorrow's problems with today's fuel, right? So as I think back, you know, right now my plate is full. I've got a lot going on. I'm studying for an exam, which, trust me, it's a tough one. I already failed it once, okay? We had 3 people from my office go in to take this exam on the same day, and we all failed it, all 3 of us, boom. Like, I was like thinking somebody would probably pass, like the odds are somebody's gonna pass this thing. But it's that tough. It's really, really hard. And anyways, I studied for it, and I failed it, and I'm still studying. I'm retaking it. You know what I mean? So I got that going on. I'm hiring an executive assistant. So I'm like, you know, helping somebody to relieve some stress and help me in some areas. Launching my career transition summit. I'm dialing in new video processes to help produce an even better product to make a bigger impact with my podcast and some of the content that I create. growing the businesses that I have, being present for all the people in my life. It's just like, it could feel like a lot, right? It could feel like a mountain. It may even feel impossible sometimes. You're like, how am I going to do all this? How am I going to get all this done? But today, as I was reading the word, it just reminded me that I don't have to climb the whole mountain, right? I don't got to do it all. I just have to take the right next step. All right, just one step at a time, the right next step. And instead of, feeling the weight of everything piling up, I'm focusing on right now just three things. Number one, showing up with intention, right? Intention, when you're intentional about what you're doing, you've got focus, and that focus creates a better product, right? It just does. When I'm scattered, and I got 10% of my energy here, 10% of my energy there, 10% of my energy there, like, it's not getting done to the best of its capability. Like nothing is getting a full, getting the full intention, the full attention that it requires. So right now, number one, I'm showing up with intention so I can pay attention and focus on the things that need to get done. Number two, I'm going to do what is required today, right? Not tomorrow, not next week. Just focus on the thing that needs to get done today. And then trust that I'll have what I need when I need it. That's called faith. The rest is faith. Just put it up to God. He's going to take care of the rest. And that's where peace comes from, right? When you just, put it up to God and say, hey, the rest is going to be what it's going to be. All I need to do is what I need to do today. Figure that part out with intention and attention and focus. And then the rest is up to God, okay? You go from not having to have everything figured out, but from knowing I don't have to, right? From basically just understanding that I don't have to have it all figured out, right? So hopefully that's helpful. Let me give some shout outs in the chat. All right, let's see, we got Tap Main, we got Gojo, good morning, good to see us. Good to see you. Don't take a rush. Yeah, absolutely. You kind of look like 50 Cent, bro. Kind of like 50 Cent. All right, that's what's up, Jack. It's the best. It's the best. Gotta be. You know how, I guess you're probably thinking about that music video from his early days, where he's like hanging upside down, doing I don't even know what you call it, crunches or something like that. I think that's probably the 50 Cent you're talking about. That's funny. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys, right? Remember, you don't have to do it all. You just need to do what you need to do today with intention. Okay? So my big takeaway for today is to stop measuring your future challenges with your current strength. Okay? Stop measuring your future challenges with your current strength. Okay? Handle today with what you got today. And just remember this. This is simple right here. I want you to remember this. Consistency beats intensity. Okay? So what the heck does that mean? You know, sometimes we try to go so hard. We just try to go hard, and you just try to go so fast, so hard with intensity, but you burn out. Okay? Versus consistency. It's like that old story of the tortoise and the hare, right? The rabbit and the turtle, right? Like the rabbit was going so fast that it burnt out and it needed to take a rest. It needed to like stop because it was going so fast. And the consistent slow turtle ended up winning the race, right? How many of you have ever heard that story, right? Of the tortoise and the hare, right? Put a 4 in the chat if you've ever heard that. All right, just put a 4 in the chat. If you've ever heard of the tortoise and the hare where The hair's going so fast, but then it has to stop, take a break. And the tortoise is moving slow but consistent and ends up winning the race, right? Consistency beats intensity. It just does. All day long. I'll take a consistent discipline every day, right, over just short bursts of power. Like, I need to be consistent. Presence beats pressure. All right. So when you have all of this weight of all of these different things that you need to accomplish, trying to center yourself and being present in the moment so you can focus on things rather than, dwelling on all the pressure of looking at the entire mountain in front of you. It's like, no. Let me focus on the present step. What's the next step? That's what I need to focus on. Don't look at the mountain. Like, if you look ahead and you see this mountain, you're like, oh, hell, I don't even know. Don't do that. Look at the next step right in front of you and be present in that. And once you accomplish that, go to the next one, right? And then progress beats perfection. So I was talking to somebody last night about a person that I had helped start a podcast. And I'd actually interviewed this person years ago. And through our interview, when I interviewed them, I said, you know what? You need to do a podcast. You need to start one. And she looked at me. She was like, I kind of looked at me like I was crazy. Like, start a podcast. And I was like, yeah, you need to start a podcast. And so that seed kind of got planted into her after we did our episode. And I kind of planted a seed of, hey, you should start a podcast. It would be helpful for you in a lot of ways. Well, that seed kind of grew over a couple of years. It was like 2 years later. She reached back out to me and she said, hey, a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember me, but you did an interview with me. And I said, of course I remember you. She goes, well, you told me I should start a podcast. And that seed has kind of been planted and it's been growing. And, I think I want to do it, but I just don't know where to start. Would you help me? She said, would you help me start this podcast? She's like, I could pay you or whatever. I said, no. You don't need to do none of that. I tell you what, I will help you. But here's what we got to do. The only way I'm going to do this is if we do it next week and I am your first guest on your podcast. But we have to start next week. There's only one tool that you need. You need Riverside and .fm. You need Riverside. So get that tool. Send me an invite once you get that tool. Okay? She was like, what? I was like, yes. Because otherwise, I'm going to teach you all these things that you need to do, and you're going to get overwhelmed in it, and you're not going to take action in it, and it'll be 2 more years before you actually launch your podcast. I said, we got to go now. Progress beats perfection. Okay, you got to get started. Start before you're ready. And I told her that. I said, what I'm going to do is on episode 1, when you interview me next week, I'm going to coach you on that. I'll give you everything else you need. But right now, you just got to get started. That's what you really need. Today, you need to get started. We'll figure the rest out as we go. She was like, okay. Anyway, she started. We did that. And now she's been had her podcast for over, a year and a half, 2 years now, something like that. Crushing it, absolutely crushing it. And I'm like, hey, you just needed to get started. So guys, remember that. Progress over perfection, because if I would have tried to teach her everything and give her everything she needed, she never would have got started. She'd have gotten in her own head, oh, I need logos, and I need social media channels, and I need, the right microphones and the right lighting and the equipment and this and this and this and this and this. And no, you don't. You need to get started. That's what you need to get. So anyway, progress beats perfection. I want you to remember that. And if you keep showing up, even in small ways, right? Even in small ways, that's when the momentum builds, right? That's when the momentum builds. And that's how you create breakthroughs. Okay? So I got some action steps for you guys. Got some action steps for One Real Plug, for Mina Kaur, for N710. I see you, Glenda. Good morning. Good to see you. And Real West Maine. Good to see you. Real West says no sound. Can you guys hear me okay? Can you give me a 5 in the chat if you can hear me? Okay, he says no sound. Give me a 5 in the chat if you can hear me. But yeah, so basically, here is my action for you guys today as we come into the closing and we wrap this up. All right. Round here just round. What? So, don't know about that. But anyway, if you guys can hear me, give me a 5 in the chat. But here's my action step for you guys today as we land this plane. All right. What's one thing? All right. I want you to ask yourself this question. What's one thing I can knock out today that will move everything forward? Just one thing. And this could be in your personal life. This could be in your business. This could be in your career. This could be in your wealth. This could be in your health. Okay, whatever it is. I want you to think. It could be in your faith. Doesn't matter. Whatever the important thing is. And there's really a few different verticals, guys. There's wealth, health, business, career, relationships, faith, right? Those are the 6 elements that really encompass your life. So pick one of those, right? Is it wealth, health, business, career, relationships, faith? What is it for you that you need to work on? And then what's one thing that you can knock out today that will move you forward, right? That's simple. It could be a phone call. It could be a study session. Like for me, I'm studying right now. Maybe it's a piece of content you need to post. Maybe it's a meeting that you need to hold. Maybe it's just a decision you need to make, right? Maybe a step forward to getting help, like asking for help from someone else, like that lady did that asked me to help her with the podcast, right? Maybe it's asking for help, right? Or maybe it's that task you've been avoiding. You know, a lot of times the life that we've been praying for is sitting inside of the work we've been avoiding. All right. So what have you been avoiding? Maybe we need to get that done. Whatever it is, get it done and let that win stack on tomorrow's win, right? Little by little, by little, right? Building momentum, and everything will start to shift for you in your life. All right. All right. So Wade, and thank you so much for letting me know you can hear me. You got a 5. Appreciate that. How do you attain true consistency? Great question. Thank you so much, Wade, for asking that. It's what I've been talking about. It's little, small steps every single day. Okay? It's not the big things, guys. We think it's the big things. You know, like that lady when she called me and she's like, Trevor, I need your help. I want to launch this podcast, but I don't know where to start. For her, she saw a mountain. I don't know where to start. I got to get lights and cameras and microphones. And, you know, I need to set up my social channels and I got to get my logo and I got to get, like, I got to name it. And, you know, all these things you could get hung up. She could have spent a week trying to pick the name for the podcast. You know, I said, no, all of that doesn't matter right now. What matters right now is that you get started. So let's do the podcast next week and I'll be your first guest. I want you to interview me. Get this one tool and let's get started. And that was how we built consistency. We built momentum. We got started. And I showed her from that point forward, like, hey, here's now what you need to do. Here's now what you need to do. But it's that first step. So building consistency. How do you build consistency? It's getting started one day at a time, right? So appreciate you guys for that. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Hold on, let me close this out. And now my closing thought for you guys today as we land this plane, because I got a lot more to do here in this gym. Okay, I got a lot more working out. I don't know what you guys are up to, but I'm getting mine today. So as we land the plane, remember, today is a gift. All right. It really is. We're not promised, to wake up tomorrow. We're not promised, anything. Today's a gift. Remember, you've got everything that you need to handle today. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. And you've got everything that you need right now. So show up with gratitude. Be grateful with joy and thanksgiving. Be grateful for what you have. Show up that way. Show up with purpose. Move with purpose. Trust the process, right? Trust is like faith. Just trust the process. Keep moving one step at a time, one day at a time. And just let the rest unfold. Have faith that that's going to work out. Stop looking at the mountain and start focusing on the step right in front of you. Okay? All right, guys. Gratitude up, gains up. Let's make today count, all right? Hope y'all have an amazing, blessed day. Let me give some shout outs before we move out of here. Narvarian, we got Terminator in the house. Waden, good morning, good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to read this comment before we move out of here. It says, I can start and have a really productive day every day. However, I find that after 1 to 2 months, everything fails. I think my largest issue is burnout. If I rest, I fear that I might slip up. Man, thank you for that comment, that transparency, that vulnerability, to share that with me. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that you are here with me today, because you're the person that, you're the reason why I'm here, honestly, doing this show, for people like you, okay? So, Waden, can you do me a favor, my friend? I want you to send me a DM. Let me know what platform are you on. Are you on Facebook? Or are you on LinkedIn or Instagram? If you could just let me know what platform you're on, okay? And I would love for you to send me a DM so we can connect offline. And I want to help you, okay? And it's because, you just did take the first step. Remember earlier as I was talking about asking for help, right? You sharing that, being vulnerable, putting that in the chat, like, man, I'm struggling, man. I'm going. I'm doing everything, and then I just slip up, and I'm burning out. And dude, I get it, man. I've been there. I know what it's like. All right, that's why I'm doing this show. So I want to help you. Send me a DM on either one of those platforms. LinkedIn, okay? If you're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, send me a DM, and I'd love to connect offline and see how I can serve you. Guys, for the rest of you, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I'm grateful for each and every one of you for being here, even the ones with some of the crazy comments. Y'all killing me with these comments. Some of these comments come in, I'm like, what? What are y'all talking about? But it's okay. I love you anyways. Okay, I love you and I appreciate you. I see Tom. Tom's in the house. Take that first step. Let's go. Tom Lyman, my man, in the whole 50 grand. Let's go. Wade says, I don't really use social media at all, but I can create an account on any platform that's best for you. Let me see here. Let me think on that. What's the best way without putting my info to the whole chat? I want to just get you I want to get in contact with you. Let's see here. Let me think on this before put my info to the whole chat, and then everybody's blowing me up. Yeah, if you can connect with me or send me a message on Facebook, that would be awesome, man. Trevor Houston, that's my handle. You can just go find me there, Trevor Houston. Send me a DM, all right? And just remind me in the DM, say, hey, I was listening to Gratitude and Gains, and you said you were going to help me. Then I want to. That's for real, from my heart. I want to help you out. Let's connect offline, okay? And I'll see how we can help push the ball forward down the court, right? Sometimes it's helpful to have an outside perspective. Sometimes you've ever heard that saying, you're too close to the trees to see the forest, right? So you're in the thick of it, and it's hard for you to kind of see the big picture. So I might be able to get a different perspective and give you some help. All right. So I see Narian, Namar, good to see you. Yes, Trevor Houston, that is my name. So I appreciate you guys. Again, guys, I want to wrap this up. I want to say I'm thankful for you. I'm grateful for you for being here. You can join me Monday through Friday. Okay, Monday through Friday. Absolutely, Waden. No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. It's because you did the hard thing. You were vulnerable and you were real, okay? Dude, there's this biblical principle, ask and you shall receive. So you asked, right? You asked for help. And heck yeah, I'm going to help you, bro. That's just the way it is. You got to stick together. So I appreciate you, man. You did the hard part. I'm just responding, right, to what you did. So you did the work already. You did the hard part. So I appreciate you, man. And that's a lesson for everybody else too. Ask, right? A closed mouth does not get fed. If you don't open your mouth and ask, right, you're not going to get it. I had a guy just yesterday as I was hosting my podcast at Code Launch World Championship. I'm out there in front of hundreds of people at this live event. We're doing the podcast. And after it was done, this guy walked up to me. And he was real nervous. I could tell he was real nervous. Like, who am I? I'm just a person. But he sees me. He's seeing me at a higher level, right? So he's nervous to come talk to me. Anyway, he walks up and he's like, yeah, I don't know if you remember me. I follow you on LinkedIn and this, that, and the other. And, I've known you for quite some time. And anyway, he starts talking to me. And then we had a conversation. And then it kind of ended there. And then about 30 minutes later, he comes and finds me again. And this time he built up the courage to ask. This time, like, I could tell he wanted something before, but he didn't say it. So the second time he walks up to me, he's like, hey, I wanted to ask you if you're looking for guests to be on your show, because I have this, and this I want to talk about, and I think it can help your audience. And I could tell he was nervous when he was asking, he was real nervous. But he walked up, he was brave, even though he was scared. I'm sure he was scared out of his mind. Like, I'm just a person, y'all. But to him, like, he sees me at another level. And so he walks up, he's nervous. He's like, oh, but he does it anyways. He had the courage to ask. And I said, bro, let's go. Come on. Let's make it happen. Right? So, guys, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. He almost didn't get that. You see what I'm saying? The first time he came to me, he didn't have the courage to ask. But he came back around 30 minutes later and was like, he built up the courage, came up, asked me, and I was like, yes, let's go. You know what I mean? So just remember that, guys. A closed mouth does not get fed. You got to open your mouth and ask for what you need from this world. Ask God for what you need. He already knows, but ask anyways. Because that's what he wants. He wants you to have faith and ask. So just ask. Okay? Ask and you shall receive. All right? So as we land this plane, I keep saying that, but as we do, I'd love for you guys to tell me what's one thing that you're asking for in this season. All right? In the chat. What do you need in your life right now? right? Do you need increase? Do you need connections? You need a relationship. You need a wife. You need a child. You need a family. What do you need? Right? It's funny because when I ask you guys to share what's one thing you're grateful for, so you guys struggle with that one a little bit. That tells me you need a little work on that one. All right? You need to work on gratitude. But how about we switch it up just a little bit before we land this plane? Just tell me what's one thing that you need. Like, ask for it in the chat right now. Do you need, again, connections, relationships? Tom says an assistant that catches my vision and is fired up about it. Hell yes. Tom, I need one too. Let's go. I'm hiring an executive assistant right now, right? That is basically the person that can capture the vision, like you just said. When I say, hey, this is what I want to do, because me and you are visionaries. All right, Tom, me and you are visionaries, right? We need someone to execute. We need an executioner. Someone that can go, actually, I don't think that's the right way. Executioner is like someone that kills people. I don't think that's right. Anyway, we need someone to execute. That's what we need. That can go out there and get stuff done, right? And free us up to do the big, important work, right? So I'm right there with you, Tom. Let's see. I want to become a data scientist and have a family. I love that you shared that. Oh my gosh. That's what Terminator says. I want to become a data scientist and have a family. You know, I'm praying for family too, Terminator. I'm praying for family too. I'm not married and I don't have any kids, okay? So in a lot of areas of my life, I'm very successful. In that area of my life, I don't feel like I'm very successful, right? I'm behind the 8 ball, okay? I'm a little behind, but actually I'm not. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen, and it'll be beautiful, right? Just like for you. So I'm praying for your family too. You pray for me, I'll pray for you, all right? Guys, I appreciate you. Again, thank you so much, all of you, for being here this morning. Tom, Terminator, Waden, we got Rachel. Good morning. Good to see you. Over on Instagram. Oh, we got Marcus Black is in the house. Marcus, my man in the whole 50 grand. What's good? Oh, man. Y'all need to go check out Marcus Black. Go check him out. That guy will light you up. You think I know what I'm talking about? I don't know nothing. This guy, whoo, he will light your butt up in the morning. You'll be just ready to just go get it. All right. I'm telling you. Just trust me on this. This guy, man, motivation, education, inspiration. Like, that guy will light you up every day. Y'all check out Marcus Black's. All right. All right, guys. Have an amazing, blessed day. I'm going to go get the rest of my workout in. And we'll see you on another episode of Gratitude and Gains. Guys, that's the show. It's all about who you know. Oh, one last thing. I keep doing that. I've done it 5 times already. One last thing. Guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, right? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I see all y'all YouTubers out here. Subscribe to the Who You Know show, right? This Gratitude and Gains series, all this is, guys, this is me wanting to connect with you, but I want you to check out some of the other work that I do. I put a lot of work into my podcast, trying to elevate people, trying to help people turn their setback into their comeback. So check it out. When you get off this stream, go ahead and subscribe. All right, subscribe to the channel. I would love that. Show your support. I'd appreciate it. Check it out. Give me your feedback. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on another episode of Gratitude and Gains. Let's rock. Let's roll. Let's go. That's the show.